Welcome back. So last time we tried this rather difficult fight over here, and yeah, it didn't work out quite so well. So let's do that later. In the meantime, we could check out the Seeker hideout. Gear up a bit. Maybe get another level up. We'll see. With a little bit more gear, we should be able to win this fight. I mean, with a little hit and run technique, we could also win this right now, probably. Like, just kill a few of those. He still has a source code. Never mind. Kill a few of those skeletons and then flee and then come back and so on and so forth. But that's lame. So let's not do that. Nice. Smelly panties or whatever. There. Interestingly, it's an ingredient, and yeah, I wonder what panties are good for in regards to crafting. But whatever. Yeah, we've got these burning pigs over here, but we can't help them right now. They are afflicted by necrofire that we can't yet put out. Instead, we'll go over here and start moving south to the Seeker hideout. Now, over here we have some of those noxious bulbs that you might know from the first original Sin game. They create surfaces around them. Where am I? Oh yeah. This one creates water, for example.
These plants look truly sinister. They're arranged in a ring. Is that a natural occurrence?
Yeah, it's not. Okay, so we have a bunch of severed heads around here and some corpses. Let's do some looting first.
It's a great chest! Open it!
This way we already explored before, so...
These plants seem odd. I should be wary.
Wary.
What's this? I found something.
If you have like these ways that lead nowhere, there's usually something hidden. And in this case there's a skeleton with a bit of loot buried. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Now there's a ominous looking chest in midst of burnt corpses and a bunch of severed heads surrounded by a ring of these noxious bulbs. What's over here? Alright, more noxious bulbs. Yeah, let's see if we can talk to some of those severed heads.
Go on! Open the chest!
A severed head sits rotting on a stick. The last vestige of an ear juts from above its too prominent jawline. A fly buzzes about its nose. Its eyes open. It looks at you. When it speaks, it struggles to move its impaled jaw.
I don't know who you are. Hear this. Don't open the chest. Don't open the chest. Whatever you do, don't open the chest.
Okay, he doesn't want us to open the chest. Let's see how we can answer. A lot of Lohse stuff, Jester, Mystic. Let's go with the Jester one, that's better than the Lohse one. Tell him he looks great. Ask if he's lost weight.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Tell you what, I'll change my mind. I've had a change of heart. Out of the chest. You deserve it.
Ask him what crime saw him end up head on a stick.
Sales Usual story. I this state again a good and rotten worker. I was a professional. Lost I head for it. Oh, as it turned out, lost I oddy. I oddy. The history!
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Clearly he's been here for some time. Off a deal. He gives you useful information about the island, and you don't open the chest.
You only have to ask. Just don't open that chest.
Ask what this place was before it became the Hollow Marshes.
The island was Ruckus Rix's foundry. He had stuff here the likes of which no one had ever seen. Weapons, swords and stuff, you know. Stuff you wouldn't want your errands folks to know about. Ruckus Rix, they used to test stuff on prisoners in the fort. Wasn't nice if you ask me, but work is work.
Weapon, he says. Ask him if these weapons are still here.
Hard to know with what with my head on a stick. I don't get all the news from across the island. He had a lot of stuff in a lot of locations. Even A3. We were A's elders, see? We constructed labyrinths. Ruckus himself said the one with the gargoyles were the best aid ever. Right before we cut off our heads.
Sounds reasonable. Ask why Breckus cut off their head.
Said it was our reward for services rendered. Eternity on an island paradise. Also, he ain't dead. He couldn't give away anything out the gargoyle eyes. Labyrinth.
Well, he's a talking head, so that didn't work out so well with the not giving away anything.
He ossered his head off and locked it in a chest. I knew the oss was a ute, so couldn't have talked anyway. The oss was a ute. The chief couldn't talk, I need to say.
Ask about the gargoyle maze. What did it hide?
Oh, no. No, you don't. Ask the A's elder doesn't give away the king's secrets. I listen sealed. I listen. I'll say nothing is wine.
Point out that the king rewarded his loyalty and expertise by cutting off his head and planting it on a stick. He owes this Breckus nothing.
True. I knew several of our cousins survived the Fowley Ludolf. Ludolf. A slaughter! So you're not all evil. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We have a code. We are Aster A's elders. We construct the finest labyrinths. We do not give away our secrets. Do your worst.
The head closes its eyes. The conversation is over.
Okay. So, let's talk to the other heads before we make any decision about opening any chests.
Got it, Lady Ho-Ho at again. Right, just great.
What? Tell him you're not sure you're talking to the same head you talked before.
We all look the same to you, do we? One head's as good as another, is it? Well, that's just lovely. Hope you're ashamed of yourself. Now don't make things worse. Don't open the chest.
Ask what happens if you open the chest.
If you open the chest, bad things will happen. Not nice things. Bad things. See those bones, plants, the flora all around us, I mean to say. It'll go off.
Yes, you say with an eyebrow arched. But to whom will these bad things happen?
The head's eyes widen in horror.
You wouldn't kill perfectly innocent heads like us just to see what's in a chest, would ya? There's no honor anymore. None at all.
The head closes its eyes. The conversation is over.
Okay, so if we open the chest, we kill those, well, heads.
Get lost, funny one, and don't open the chest.
Okay, she doesn't want to talk to us. Now let's talk to this one. He seems to want us to open the chest.
Open it!
Bloodied and sad, a severed head sits on its stick. Its eyes snap open and dart from you to the nearest noxious bulb, and back to you again.
Open the chest there. Go on. You know you want to. Open the chest. There's loot in it. Open the chest.
Tell him to forget the chest. He can spend his time thinking on important matters, philosophical and existential, now that he's a head on a stick.
Thinking? Yes. I's thinking. I's thinking you should open the chest.
Ask about this stuff.
Impatience flashes in his eyes and is gone.
Stuff. You know, good stuff. Loot and that.
Tell him his buddy doesn't seem to want the chest opened.
Don't mind that idiot. Open the chest.
Tell him he's suspiciously enthusiastic about you opening the chest.
He looks to the suspicious bulbs surrounding the chest, then back to you. He knows he's caught out. His lip quivers, wobbles, then he starts crying. The crying goes on for an uncomfortably long time. He recovers his composure, looks down at the earth before him, speaks quietly.
It's just... I want to die. Can't die. Can't kill myself neither. If my mother could see me now, she'd be mortified.
Ask how you can help.
Hope glints in his eye.
Just open the chest. That's all. Open the chest. I'm begging you.
Tell him you have to head off.
He gives you a look that says, "Really? You went with that?"
Tell him you're sorry, but he's a pain in the neck.
He rolls his eyes.
Tell him you're reluctant to leave, seeing as he has nobody to talk to.
His look turns to one of contempt.
Tell him you have to leave. Ask him if he's sticking around.
He grits his teeth in anger.
Ask if he's okay. He looks like he might have a headache.
His look now carries pure hate.
Tell him you don't mean any offense. Ask if he can part his friends. Offer to shake hands on it.
His eyes dart around, from grass to tree to sky, back to grass. He's pretending you aren't there.
Tell him you realize you've offended. Apologize. You make jokes when you're nervous. If he doesn't like it, he can always stick his finger in his ears. Oh.
The severed head closes its eyes, pretends it's dead.
You grin to yourself and turn away.
Okay, so, my last playthrough, I tried to teleport the chest away, which didn't work. It set off all these things anyway. So let's see if we can find out a way to get to that chest without killing those guys. I also tried to move those bobs away, but that didn't seem to help either. So... No, actually I tried to move the bobs away, and that set off the explosions. How could we go about this? Well, I could simply kill him, can't I? No. Okay. Let's see. What could I possibly do? I could destroy the chest. Nah. I could try to teleport it. It's not gonna work. Anyway, let's try it. Let's get a little bit further away. Nope, that didn't work. Well, oops. Anyway, whatever. Ooh, another severed head. He's a mute, they told me, so can't talk to him anyway. But I can feed him to Sibyl. Is that thing still alive? Sightless eyes staring terror. No, that seems to be dead, right? Sightless eyes staring terror at whatever horrors mark their last moments. So yeah, that implies he's dead. Yeah, anyway. Let's move. Oh, wait a second. Let's drop another save. And let me just do some inventory management. Alright, enough inventory management. Let's see if we have the right skills memorized. Looks about right. Yeah, looks good. So, let's drop another save. And let's see. Let's buff up and go. That's over here.
We meet again.
We have a bunch of Void Woken that will attack us. They don't have any armor, they have little HP, a little vitality, so yeah, they're not much of a problem. They've got earth and poison resistance. All the same, yeah, kind of. So let's just go with a dimensional bolt, maybe.
I'll yield to none.
It's shocked. Well, the dimensional bolt creates a well, if it's air damage, it creates a electrified puddle. However, the electrified puddle was soaked up by this wetling who got shocked in return. But yeah, the puddle is no longer electrified, so I can't make an air incarnate. Could make a fire incarnate or a water. Yeah, let's go with a. Do I need a water incarnate? There's oil. What does oil do anyway? I think it does. No, they have high earth resistances, so let's go with water. Why not? And give him some spells. Okay, let's see. I can simply kill him, I think. Yeah, easily. Now, let's delay our turn. The wettlings can't disable as far as I know. So, let them just come closer.
Thieves, pests, leeches. This world is ours.
Yeah, that's very nice. So I can simply swerve and hit both of them. Deal a ton of damage. Now, how much damage do I do? 47 to 54. It's not enough, so just use a tentacle lash. Yeah, and there are more. Can I charge? No, I can't. But I can hit both of them like this.
For you will not be spared. Your time, your essence feeds us. Squash the vermin, hang the thieves. Ours, ours, you are ours.
Alright, we could a battering ram over. Well, if I only hit one of them, it's not very useful. If you press tilde, by the way, you can activate the outlines. silhouettes or whatever. Let's try to stun more of them. This should stun all of them. Nope, it didn't hit them. Whatever. Do I need to heal anything? No. Ah, never mind, just end turn.
More of them? These beasts are damn persistent.
Okay, let's just do some blood totems, why not? Could send them all on fire. Yeah, he's dead anyway. Is there any more oil? Ah, let's just do it. Ah, no, maybe not. Although... now whatever, let's just... I can't hit them. Ah, crap. Fine. Okay, that's that. And you can kill him. And we've got more. And yeah, you can simply charge over there.
Glory is mine.
And sure, crippling blow.
We are the many and the all. We
Yeah,
were
just
first.
just run through the fire.
We were first. We are the beginning and the end. We will return.
So if you listen to them, they seem to think they were the beginning, they were the first, they will return, so one could assume that they existed before us, or before humans maybe, and they strive to, or they want to return to this world, or whatever, wherever they are right now. Can we hit both of them? Yes, we can. The gas explosion. I could simply attack him. I can probably also kill this one. Yes. And if I go over here, this will allow me to hopefully get an attack of opportunity on this one.
They can keep calling us vermin, but we'll just keep putting them down.
He should be dead if he tries to run away from my incarnate. Let's see. More blood totems, please. I definitely need more damage spells on Lohse. This will hopefully deal damage to all of them. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Alright, so let's kill... He's dead, he's poisoned and bleeding. Let's kill this one.
Meet your maker.
Could disable them, but there's not really no need to. They are rather weak. And he's going to kill himself? Well played. Yeah, the AI of enemies is not the very best. Just look at that. Complete nonsense. Okay, yeah, he should be dead, I think. No, he's not. 67. Fine, let's just hit him again then. And let's kill him. Okay, we can talk with
Don't
each other.
think I don't see you. Don't think I'm not watching.
I think I know that voice.
Okay, let's talk to Beast first.
The corpses of voidlings lie in heaps around you, a miasma of cursed fluid pooling at your feet.
Throw a few more on the pile. Nothing we can't manage.
Well, that was fun. Could have gone a few more rounds myself.
Yeah, so there was a voice again. They blessed the water around here to heal, help us, whatever. So someone is watching us and helping us for some reason. Let's do some looting. Okay, that should be it. Now over here, have some more of those mobs and the Seeker hideout. Let's see, we can simply teleport those mobs out of the way. Pumpkins. Yeah, let's ignite that cloud. That didn't quite work as expected. Let's ignite that again. The fire, however, is not going away, so let's just put a water bulb in there. Really? It's a lightning bug? Oh, whatever. Let's just run through that. And over here we have a rusted bell. Well, let's use that rusted bell.
No sooner have you rung the ornate bell than the face of a lizard woman surfaces from behind a rock up on the ledge before you. Her stare is as sharp as the bolt eyeing you from atop her crossbow.
Stand back and keep your hands off your weapons. Convince me you're no Magister, or draw one last deep breath.
Pay no attention to her challenge. No, let's not say that. I swear you are no Magister. All you can do is take your word for it.
I will not. You do not wear the collar of oppression. Explain.
Assure her there's nothing to worry about. Nebora, a tinkerer in Fort Joy, managed to get your collar off.
I have heard of this woman. No Magister would know. She can deceive our enemies, but sadly she cannot escape them. You do not share this weakness, as your presence here attests. I apologize for the steel-tipped welcome, but lives are at stake. Hold on, I'll let you up.
You might recognize her name, Bahara. She's the one the Red Prince is looking for, the Dreamer. So we shall pick up the Red Prince at some point and go talk to her with him.
With one graceful motion, the lizard throws down a tangled mess of vines for you to climb.
Come, ascend to the sanctuary of Amadia. You'll find you're not the only guest here, but the Great Mother provides for all.
Sanctuary of Amadia. Amadia is one of the 7 gods. The patron of magic, I think. Okay, so she threw down the vines, so we can climb up. Let's talk to her a bit more.
You are fortunate to have found this place. The hollow marshes swallow life and regurgitate only the dead.
Ask the lizard to tell you more about herself.
My name is Bahara. Like you, I am a sorcerer. But unlike you, I am also a faithful servant of Amadia. Praised be her name, and praised be her starlit eyes.
Yeah, let's play dumb. Tell her you don't know who Amadia is.
Amadia is the Great Mother. She is the goddess in whose womb magic was conceived, from whose sacred body immortal wizards were born. Gratiana, her priestess in this sanctuary, is teaching me her ways. For several years now, I've been her disciple, but she has resided here for centuries, sustained by Amadia's love.
So you find it hard to picture anyone living in this harsh environment for years and years.
I was like you once, a lost soul driven by instinct from the bowels of Fort Joy. There have been others. They tried to make it back to the mainland, but were never heard of again. I chose to stay. My home is here now. This is where I found solace, found sanctuary. I found the Great Mother, and have been nurtured by her magic ever since.
So she is also a sorcerer who was kept prisoner at Fort Joy, and when she escaped she came across the sanctuary and chose to stay instead of, well, trying to escape the island. Inquire after the Hollow Marshes. What is this place?
It is the laboratory of a lunatic. A place removed from mercy and sanity where mad Brachus Rex would experiment to his dark heart's content. There are ruins in the marshes, stonework vultures that perch above the king's long-buried treasure.
She is referring to the same stuff the Severed Heads were talking about, namely a gargoyle labyrinth. We'll come across that later. Stonework vultures. Anyway. Yeah, so we've heard the story about the Hollow Marshes from different persons now, so this seemed to have been a kind of laboratory for Brachus Rex, where he experimented with a source to create weapons and armor and whatnot.
But his is not a treasure of gold, ruby and sapphire. It is a treasure of death, weapons and vile magic.
Yes, as I was saying. Ask her how she knows these things.
The nights here are long and lonely, but I often listen to my mistress Gratiana speak of days long gone, the heydays of Brachus Rex. Perhaps she will tell you her tales as well.
So Gratiana seems to be a disciple of Amadia, and Bahara is kind of her apprentice. You could have sworn she mentioned other people earlier. Who might they be?
The guests, they call themselves Seekers. They're brave people, and friends to sorcerers. But you'll find them a battered band here today, brought low by bloody battle.
Yeah, we heard about that before. So the Seekers came here seeking refuge after they apparently were brought low by bloody battle. Inquire after the assailants. Who attacked these men and women?
Magisters, of course. Who else? The Seekers came here to rescue a sorcerer from the fort. They failed. Many fell.
They came here to rescue a sorcerer from the fort. So this implies they came for someone very specific. Which is interesting. Must be someone very important. But they failed.
They've heard the Shrieker's shriek. I thank the goddess I'm not haunted by their sound.
Ask her to tell you more about these shriekers.
Have you never heard of them? From the tales they tell of Brachus Rex. They were living weapons, made of flesh and reared in torture. The pain they endured was so terrible, their screams turned to solid lightning. Turns out the tales are true. The Magisters dug deep and returned these horrors to the surface.
So shriekers are some kind of weapon Brachus Rex invented, and the Magisters apparently have came across the way to recreate them. So one would assume they are using these shriekers, and they use them against the Seekers. Say that you find it remarkable she seems to be so composed under such dire circumstances.
To know one's fate is to be fearless. I reside in Amadia's palm. I am hers to shield or hers to crush, and in that knowledge I am content.
Asked by so many risked their lives for one man.
They knew him to be God-woken. They sought to kindle the divinity slumbering deep within his soul.
Ah, that explains it. Godwoken. Godwoken are kind of special individuals that are chosen by a god, and Godwoken can become divine. So since Lucian, the last divine, is dead, there's no divine right now, and yeah, Godwoken can become the new divine. Alexander, for example, is one of those Godwoken, and he wants to become the next divine, follow his father's footsteps, so to speak. But apparently the Seekers were trying to find another Godwoken, so they want someone else to become divine.
But Alexander bears no rivals. Only the son can follow the father, or so he is convinced. For him, divinity. For the others, the dungeons.
So Alexander was hunting the other Godwoken and put them in the dungeons.
It is truly harrowing to know this man seeks to be the Seven's chosen.
Thank her for her warning and return to other matters.
As you wish.
Let's see, can we talk about Amadia again?
My knowledge is but a pond. Gratiana's is the sea. It is the sea you should speak to.
Okay, about the hollow marshes maybe?
Haunted quagmires is what they are, and what is mired in them is madness. Brachus Rex. He went too far. Source was never meant to be harnessed in weaponry. May Amadia curse his soul for turning creation into destruction.
Okay, take your leave. We've got some updates. Okay, this is on, what's her name? The woman that sank the Meriwether. And we got an update on Seville after she talked to Lohse car. Okay, so we have to get past these shriekers she mentioned if we want to escape the island. And another upgrade on the voices. They talked to us again after we fought the Void Woven. And Bahara told us about the Seekers, we know of them already. And yeah, the Shriekers, horrible living weapons that crackle with sores. It would be unwise to attack them head on, but there must surely be something that can defeat them. Okay, so we have to find some way of defeating those Shriekers. And the Eternal Worshipper. This is about Gratiana. Told us about the Priestess keeping the sanctuary, yeah. So, yeah. Sanctuary of Amadia.
Be welcome to
It
the
is
sanctuary.
a city, kind of. And yeah, we shall talk to those people, do some trading and stuff, gear up a bit, but we'll do all of this in the next episode. So, see you then.